seat on your mat. That can be on your knees with your legs crossed, whichever way you find most comfortable. We're going to just take a minute to arrive on our mats. You can close your eyes. Just breathe nice and easily. Feel the ground underneath you, supporting you. So get ready for this practice. On your next inhale, I want you to inhale your arms above your head. And exhale, turning to the right, placing your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Breathe here into an easy twist. You can place your back hand on your lower back or just leave it floating behind you. Inhale, return to center. Exhale to the left hand side, right hand on the outside of your left leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down onto the mat. I want you to roll over your knees and come into tabletop position. Before we start any movement, I'm going to get us to just warm up our wrists a little bit, so we're going to be on them, so you can gently roll in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, slowly warming up all those muscles and the wrist and the hands. And go the opposite direction. I want you to flip your palms so that your hands are facing your knees. Gently rock back and forth. Not too much here, just feel a nice opening and awakening in the front of the wrists. Flip your hands again, keep your hands facing your knees, and do the same thing, now feeling that stretch in the back of the wrists. Now turn your hands back to normal, returning to your tabletop position. Going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow here just to open up the spine and start to lubricate all those lovely joints. Just inhale, drop your belly, look up, and exhale, round into cow. I'm going to do this a few rounds of breath, just going at your own pace, moving how you need to move. Feeling into all those spaces in your spine, slowly waking up. Do this for one more round. Returning to a neutral spine. Now I want you to tuck your toes and gently push back to your first downward dog. Feel free to keep your knees bent as deeply as you need here. It's the first one of the day, so it might feel a little bit tight. You can gently pedal your feet. Feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. And just breathe.
I want you to really be pushing through your hands, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Just prepare the body for some movement. I want you to come to stillness. And on your next inhale, look forwards between your hands and gently walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of your mat in a nice forward fold. Bend your knees here as deeply as you need, trying to keep that connection between your chest and the tops of your thighs. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, I want you to do a halfway lift, placing your hands on your shins if you need, looking forwards. Exhale, back down to forward fold. And inhale, rise all the way up, bringing your hands above your head and down to meet your heart center. We're going to go through a few rounds of vinyasa just to warm everything up and get ourselves ready for the rest of the flow. Bring your hands down by your sides. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold over to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins. Exhale, I want you to put your hands down in front of you and gently step back into your first plank of the day and hold. Feel your core starting to fire up. On your next inhale, I want you to look forwards, bring your shoulders forwards, and slowly bend, drop all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest to cobra. Don't have too much weight in your hands, just a gentle back bend. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, push back up to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here as we get ready for the next round. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, slowly walk your feet up to join your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, bringing your head up last, hands to heart center. And now we will go for another 2 rounds. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, fold over your legs, forwards fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down and gently step back into a plank. Now, if you feel ready for an upward dog, you can go there once we lower. If not, feel free to lower all the way down and continue with cobra as we just did. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. If you're taking upward dog, rest on the tops of your feet, thighs off the mat, and exhale, push back, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, look forwards between your hands and slowly walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, upward lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, head lifting last. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down and step back to plank. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Should start to feel everything warming up slowly but surely. Nice opening in the back of your legs. And your core should well and truly be firing by this point. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, gently walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Hands through heart center. Now we're gonna develop that movement into something a little bit more, but the basis is going to be around your vinyasa flow. So we're going to inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, whichever is more accessible to you. Inhale forwards with your shoulders. Exhale down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back into your downward dog. So we're going to continue to warm up the core while we go into this movement. On your next inhale, I want you to move your left foot slightly more in towards the midline and lift your right leg up and back. Be aware here not to open your hip. You don't want to be stacking on the side. You want your foot facing straight back as you just feel this opening. I want you to inhale, and on your next exhale, we're going to move forwards, taking that right knee to your nose. So inhale to prepare. Exhale forwards, knee to nose. Exhale back. Inhale back, sorry. Exhale forwards, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. From here, you're going to gently step that foot in between your hands. If you can't step it there, you can wiggle it there, drag it there with your foot. However you get there, it doesn't really matter. And take an inhale and an exhale. On your next inhale, I want you to drop your back foot so that it is parallel to the back of your mat. As we inhale, open up to Warrior Two. When you're in Warrior Two, I want you to make sure that your front knee is not way over your toes. Your back foot is nice and flat and in line with the back of your mat, and your hips are opening to the side, nothing falling forwards. And take your gaze over your front fingers. I want you to inhale, and when you exhale, we're going to cartwheel our hands down back to the mat, either side of that front foot. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands, lift your back foot back in a parallel position. Inhale, exhale, back to plank. Inhale, take your shoulders forward. Exhale, drop chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to repeat that on the left hand side. So I want you to inhale, take your right foot slightly more into the midline, and exhale your left foot up and back. Same thing here, don't open your hip, stack them nicely and have either a flexed or pointed foot, just so there's some energy going through there. I don't want to see a floppy, lame foot at the back of the mat. I'm going to inhale to prepare and exhale, bring your left knee to your nose. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up and back, exhale, knee to nose. Hold it here, look in between your hands and exhale that foot somewhere in between your hands. Just take a second to get there. On your next inhale, I want you to drop your back foot so that it is parallel with the back of your mat. And exhale, open to warrior two. Same thing on this side. Make sure you can see your big toe so that your knee is not tracking over it. Keep your back foot nice and flat, parallel with the back of your mat, and take your gaze over your front fingers. Inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands back down to the mat on either side of that front foot. Inhale, exhale, lifting the back leg, bringing it parallel with the sides of your mat. Here we're going to lift that front foot back into a plank. You're going to inhale and exhale back to plank. Inhale, take your shoulders forwards. Exhale, drop down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you should feel nice and warm now. We're just going to add on to that sequence slightly before we start to bring it down. So inhale, left foot slightly into the midline. Exhale, right foot up and back. Inhale, and on the next exhale, bring your right foot forwards and land it in between your hands. Inhale here, exhale, back foot down, open up into warrior two. Now we're going to reverse our warrior. We're going to inhale, lean forwards with that front arm, and exhale, flip your palm and take it back. The left hand can land anywhere on that back leg. Feel that lovely opening in the front of the side body. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, cartwheel your hands back down in front of that foot, lifting the back leg back in line, and inhale, exhale, return to plank. Inhale, shoulders forwards. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now on the left side, you're going to step the right foot in slightly towards the midline. Lift your left foot up and back. Exhale, take that left leg, land it in between your hands, the front of your mat. Inhale here, exhale, back foot down, open to warrior two. Take a second to check your form. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, take that front hand and shoulder as far forward as you can. Exhale, flip your palm and take it up and back for reverse warrior on the other side. Feel that nice opening on the other side of your body. Inhale, and on your next exhale, cartwheel your hands down Either side of that foot, lift the back foot and bring it back in line with the side of your mat. Inhale, exhale, back to plank. Inhale, shoulders forwards, drop down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, walk your hands back up, your feet back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up and hands back through heart center. Now that we're nice and warm, we're going to do a few twists, but nothing too intense. We're going to start by exploring the chair, and we're going to add onto that position. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, I want you to sit back like you're sitting down into a chair. Arms by your ears. I want you to look down. Make sure you can still see your toes. You can have your heels slightly apart if that's easier for you. You don't need them to be touching. And I want you to really think about the lower back here. I don't want this position where you're overarching. Try and pull it in so that you have a nice neutral spine. Just breathe here. Feel the power in the thighs. Sit lower if you can. You can look up if that feels comfortable for your neck, otherwise you can look down in front of you. And inhale, exhale, I want you to stand back up, and exhale your hands down by your side. Now that we know what that feels like, we're going to build on that a little bit. So I want you to inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, sit back down into your chair. Make sure you can still see your toes. You're not overarching your back. I want you to inhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale here. And I want you to inhale, lift your chest slightly and turn to the right hand side. Try and make sure that your knee doesn't slip out, the right knee doesn't slip out in front of the left. Track it back so that they're still squeezed together. And if you can hook your elbow here on the outside of your knee. And just breathe. You can look up if it's comfortable for your neck, otherwise you can look down as well. You can inhale, you can open your arms if that feels accessible to you, or you can just keep them closed at heart center. You're trying to see if you can get your thumbs in line with the center of your chest. It's not necessary to do, as long as you feel a nice twist in this position. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, stand. You can lift your arms above your head. Exhale, hands back through heart center. Now we're going to do that on the other side. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, down into your chair. Just get ready in this position. Inhale and exhale your hands through heart center. Inhale to prepare, lift your chest slightly. Exhale to the left hand side. Same thing, check that left knee hasn't jumped in front of the right knee. And try and get those thumbs in line with your heart center. If you did on the other side, you can open your hands here and bring them back together. One more inhale and exhale, return to center, and you can stand up. Breathe your hands. Inhale above your head, exhale down through heart center. We're going to do one more chaturanga just to bring us down onto the mat so we can start to cool down. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to your plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, we're going to push back to a child's pose. However you get there, doesn't really matter. You can have your knees out as wide as your mat. If you would prefer, you can also have your knees in. This is quite nice if your hips are really tight. And just gently rest your head on your mat. Take a few moments here just to come back down. Let everything release. Don't hold onto any tension. Let your belly be gentle and soft. And just feel how that movement has worked its way through your body, warming you up as we prepare to cool back down. I'm going to take a nice gentle twist here to finish off. I want you to walk your right hand across to the right hand side, lifting your left hand on top or just next to it to meet it. Just breathe and feel that nice stretch in the left side body. Inhale, walk your hands back to center. Exhale, take your left hand over to the left hand side. Bring your right hand to meet it. Feel the stretch on your right side body. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, push yourself up to a gentle seat. And from here, we're going to move on to our back. You can move there whichever way is the most comfortable, accessible for you. And lie all the way back. Just going to take a bit of time to stretch out the hips. On your next inhale, I want you to bring your right knee to your chest. Grab and hold with both your hands, and gently squeezing it up towards that right armpit. Just feel a release in that hip. You can take your hip in a couple of circles, just around the socket, enjoying how that feels, using your hands to guide it. Change direction. And bring back to stillness. I want you to inhale here, and on your next exhale, take your left hand on the right hand, on the outside of that leg, and exhale over your body to the left hand side. I want you to keep both shoulders on the mat here, so only twist as deep as is comfortable. You can look over your right shoulder as well. Inhale here and exhale, bring that leg back to center. Inhale and exhale to release underneath the other leg. Inhale, bring your left knee to your chest, grabbing it with both hands. Really pull that leg up towards your left armpit. Feel how that feels in your joints, and gently circle that left leg around, just feeling how that feels in its socket. Change direction. Just feel that release from this session. I want you to inhale, take your right hand on the outside of that left leg, and exhale, bring the leg over the right hand side of your body, keeping your shoulder blades on the ground. And then you twist it as deep as you can without lifting either of those shoulders. And you can take your gaze over to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Give that leg one more squeeze in your chest, and exhale to release. Then come down into the most comfortable Shavasana that you have. Take your legs as wide apart as your mat, or wider if that feels comfortable. Have your hands, palms facing up. And just start to really enjoy this end of our practice. Try and release any tension you may still be holding on to. Bring awareness to your jaw. Are you clenching? If so, just let it relax. Just really soften your whole body into this final resting position. Have any passing thoughts, allow them to be, observe them, and let them pass so that we can fully relax. Feel the earth underneath you supporting you while you lie here on your mat. And just feel sense of gratitude for your body for allowing you to move through this practice, and thank yourself for showing up today. I want you to start to gently wiggle your toes and your fingers, start to bring a little bit of movement and awareness back into the body. Take a nice stretch overhead if you feel. I want you to roll over to your right hand side into fetal position, taking your right ear onto your right bicep. And from here, gently push yourself back up into a seat. I want you to keep your eyes closed.
So you come into a comfortable seat. You can have your hands up or down on your knees. You can gently open your eyes, bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for taking the time to share this practice with me, and I hope you take it with you into the rest of your week. Namaste.